What's up? Welcome to the season finale of Storytime with Swa Da Gentleman Season 4. I have been contemplating on whether I should go through with this episode or not because it's an emotional one. I wouldn't be me if I didn't go through this particular one. Today's episode, Runaway Swa, is because I ran away from home at 17 years old. But in order to understand why I ran away, I have to take you back from this time, 1999. This time, 21 years ago, me and my mom living in East Oakland, California, kicking it. It's the summer. My mom brings me into her room and tells me that she's going to go to jail. And me knowing my mom and knowing how of a jokester she is, I thought she was joking because she used to play these pranks to act like she was a Martian alien and stuff like that and scare the crap out of me. I don't know why I fell for it, but I thought this was one of those times Mom was playing. But the next morning, there are two ununiformed police officers in our kitchen. My mom was sent to jail. I was dropped off at a friend of the family's house. And then from there, the next day, I was sent to Richmond, California to live with my great aunt. My mom and my great aunt made an agreement that if something were to happen to my mom, my great aunt would take me. For the most part, the first 5 months was okay. Then we get to January 2000. My mom gets out of jail. She comes to my middle school, and I had to break the news to her that my aunt went to the county that we lived in and got temporary custody of me. So my aunt comes to the middle school. OPD was involved. I didn't want to stay with my aunt. I wanted to go back home because my mom is the only parent that I've ever known. I've mentioned it before. Don't have a relationship with my father. He's always been in and out of jail. And then when I displayed what she deemed ungrateful behavior, she drove back to Richmond, beat the hell out of me. And I'm not talking about a whooping with a belt. She beat me like a nigga on the street. You heard that right. She beat me as if I was a nigga on the street. And to make matters worse, she actually spit on me as if I was nothing. And for 5 years, I had to be manipulated against my own mother, kept away from family members that loved me, kept away from the one time my dad tried to see me. I only saw my mom at least twice within 5 years. It was hell on me. Then to go to El Cerrito High School, get picked on at school too, getting fights, get suspended, cussing out teachers. My life was hell at that point that I'm surprised that I even remember some of the good times that happened. Because there were good times, but the bad overshadowed the good. I still hate this woman to this day. I'm trying to be a more forgiving person and I'm becoming a more forgiving person. But for this situation, I don't forgive her for it. Like I said, for 5 years this went on until January 2004. I used to go to therapy for all of the shit that I went through too. I had 2 therapists in 5 years of this. Wednesday was the days that I go to therapy. And I was hanging out with a classmate we called Doughboy because he looked like Doughboy Boys in the Hood. It was raining in Richmond, California. The catalyst for this was that following Christmas, my aunt stole money from me and made it seem that I was supposed to give her money, whatever money that I got from relatives. So you mean to tell me a 17-year-old kid is supposed to just hand over his Christmas money to you for groceries? I'm 17. That's not my job. My job is to be a kid, or try to be since you took that from me. I get in the house. She opens the door. As soon as I get to the door, I look at her. She was like, "You don't have nothing to say?" I said, "Hi." And I went to my room. Key fact about my whole 5 years living in Richmond. Never had a bedroom until we moved to this particular house. Never had a bed either. I slept on the floor all 5 years. I had a little cot, but I didn't have a bed like right here. This particular day, I was done. She got to yelling and cursing, found out I started rapping, told me I couldn't rap. I had it. I grabbed my backpack. I had on this burgundy Echo Unlimited outfit, and I was done. I said, "I'm leaving." She said, "You leave, you don't come back. You can't have your clothes. You can't have nothing that belongs to you." I said, "Fuck it," and left. I was 17 years old at the time. I left her house. I reclaimed my sanity, most importantly, my freedom. I told my therapist what happened. He looked at me like, "What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go?" Called my aunt. I called my great-grandmother who was still living at the time. I said, "I need a place to stay. I just ran away from Auntie Darnell's house and I'm not going back." I had to make this choice. So I was gonna fucking kill myself. And I tried to kill myself when I was 14, freshman year of high school. Through a grace of a higher power, my mother, my great-grandmother, I graduated high school still. This is why this video is called Runaway Swa. I'm going to explain why I told the story. To anyone who subscribed to my channel, I pride myself on being an open person. On being the person that doesn't give a damn and share my story. This is a part of my story where at 17 years old, I made a big decision. Statistically, runaways are more likely to fail than to succeed. I'm not a perfect person by any means, compared to people that I've known that ran away from home, that ended up on the streets of the Bay Area, slanging dope, selling their bodies, doing anything and everything to rid themselves of the pain that they went through. I came out okay. I'm surprised myself. I tell people this story and they're like, how have you not gone insane? Because going through that made me understand that I have to be kinder to people because of what I went through. I want no one to go through that. I want no one to meet me and say that I am evil to them. That shit should have broke me. It almost did. How I found the strength to run away, I have no idea, but I'm glad I did. Because I wouldn't be sitting here in front of this iPad telling you this story. This story is simply about me surviving and me doing what I needed to do to have a better life. Most people complain about their adulthood because of bills and shit. I'd rather have these fucking bills and my freedom than to be living with family and being treated like shit. And it's giving me a complex against family. I'm trying to break that. And it's hard because you've been under a roof with your cousin, with your auntie calling you a failure, threatening to call juvenile hall on you because you bring in bad grades, but you're trying, but you're fucking stressed out. You're a young black man. You can't play sports. You can't go outside. You can't have a normal fucking social life. So you're stuck in a house with evil black women that do nothing but talk shit and make it seem that it's everybody else's fault for how the fuck they fail. And I'm telling this story to heal. There have been times in my adulthood I've had nightmares about my great aunt killing me. In order to heal, in order to move forward in my new life, I must tell the story. Get it out of my fucking system. Well, looks like we made it through another season, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, remember to like, comment, share with your friends and family on social media, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell on the side of the subscription bar to be updated when I drop new content. Season 5 will begin production in September. I have to do the new intro, and I want to take some time to get the rest of this shit out of my system. But I will tell you the first episode of Season 5 of Storytime with Swa Da Gentleman. It's called Mom to the Rescue. This is about a time that moms put them paws on somebody for fucking with me. So, again, thank you to watching. And final message to my great aunt Darnell. You're a bitch and I hope you die. But to everybody else, social distancing, wear your mask, be kind to everybody. If you're going through some shit like I went through, heal yourselves. Peace.